Cool. Amazing. So far we have talked about the product development life cycle. I have told you what are the skills that you need in order to do well in the product management job and in the interview. Then we have discussed a brief about multiple interview questions. And then we have discussed a bit more details about the product sense questions and what are the best practices to answer these questions. Okay, let me go ahead and restart the session or resume the session. The second kind of questions are metrics questions. Okay, so metric questions are like these. As a PM Spotify podcast, define success and what metrics would you measure? Asked in Meta 2024. How would you measure the success of Google Cloud Storage? Google 2024. How would you measure the effectiveness of eBay search algorithm? eBay 2024. Okay, and similar kind of metrics, which is the pattern that you are following is there is a product, there is a feature. How would you know if this feature is actually working or not? Okay, and here the skills that they are assessing is user empathy, whether you have the empathy with the users or not, problem solving, communication, data fluency, prioritization, because you cannot measure all the metrics. You have to prioritize among these metrics as well. And then business sense. Understand, metric is something that should be connected to not only the users, but also to the business. Okay. And then, and then these are the kind of questions that are going to help other people, like your interviewer, make sure that you possess all of these skills. Okay. How to answer these questions? Let's say if I ask you the question, how would you assess the success of WhatsApp status updates? My question to everyone is, how would you assess the success of WhatsApp status updates? I'm sure everyone has seen these WhatsApp stories that comes in about 24 hours and then they go away. How would you assess the success of, how would you measure the success of WhatsApp stories? Everyone, go ahead and tell me in the chat. Take a moment. Number of views, number of clicks, adoption rate, NPS, time spent. We again played the same game, right? We again jump to conclusions. This is what it is, this is what it is, and then we again jump to the answers. Okay. Now, in these cases, also, you have to ask a clarification question so that you and the interviewer are on the same page about what they want. Okay. So, this is the pattern that you follow. This is the pattern that you follow, or the simple structure that you follow in order to ask metric questions. Okay. There are multiple frameworks that are given. One of the framework is ARR, other framework is HEART, other framework is GAME. I'll give you notes on all of these frameworks at the end of the session, but understand, you just have to apply your common sense. Common sense as a product manager, because frameworks can change, but common sense should still prevail, or first principles should still prevail. Okay. Now, first thing that you need to do is ask clarification questions. Make sure that you understand the feature to be on the same page as the interviewer, to make sure that you fix the scope. After that, you have to ask or understand, build an hypothesis around why this product was created. Why was this product created? Facebook created this because they were facing a lot of challenges from Snapchat, right? On Snapchat, people were coming daily because they have to look at the stories. So now Facebook understand that we can also copy the feature because we also want daily active users. The 24-hour story becomes a reason for people to come back to WhatsApp and then keep on spending time on it every day. Okay. Then map the user journey and critical metrics. Also here, understand that this should also be tied to the business goal. Right now, WhatsApp does not make money in multiple ways, but the more number of daily active users they have, more is their potential to make revenue. Okay. After this, map the user journey and critical metrics. Super important. This is the important part. You have to understand what is the journey that the user is going to follow while using this product. They are going to open WhatsApp, they are going to put a story, then people are going to see that story. Then they are going to go ahead and watch how many people have watched the story. This is a creator of the stories. Now, people who are the consumers, they are going to open the WhatsApp, they are going to the update section, they are going to click on a story, then they are going to see stories one by one, and they can also react. Okay, you have to understand this whole journey so that you can put the right kind of metrics together. Okay, plain common sense, understanding the flow of the feature. After that, create a metric tree. What is a metric tree? Metric tree means that how these all the metrics that you have collected are converting or converging towards your main goal, which is daily active users. Okay, and then in the end, this is optional, but in many scenarios, you will get a lot of help if you also find out do not disturb or guardrail metric. Guardrail metric means that in pursuit of this daily active users, it should not mean that people are sending less messages. It should not mean that the rating of the app is down. It should not mean that the app is very buggy. Okay, so in pursuit of your main goal, these metrics should not be affected negative. Okay, so this is the guardrail metric, the things that you should take care while pursuing the bigger metric. Okay, a quick yes or no, everyone, if you are able to understand this. Everyone, a quick yes or no in the chat if you are able to understand this. DND means do not disturb. While you are doing this, make sure that this metric is not disturbed. Yes. Confusion in the do not disturb metrics, right? Cool. Okay. So I'll repeat it again. The number one thing that you need to do is this is clear. Ask clarification questions to be on the same page. After that, ask why was this product created? What is the contribution of this product for the company and also for the user? Okay. Can you guys tell me when anyone builds a referral program in their product, what is the purpose? What is the metric that they are following while building the referral program? Tell me, guys, when someone builds a referral feature, why do they want to, like, why anyone builds a referral feature? Yes, new user acquisition, right? It's not adoption, it's new user acquisition. Maybe at a better rates than other marketing methods. Okay, so that is a question that you need to ask here. Similarly, here, map the user journey and critical metrics, which is you have to create the complete user journey and understand what are the steps that people take and how you can measure every step. Okay, for example, in referral, number of views of landing page where referral is communicated. After that, how many people are clicking on the link and sharing it? Then how many people are signing up? Then how many people are completing their onboarding? These could be multiple metrics. Okay, now create metric tree. I'm going to show you what a metric tree is. Okay, and then DND guardrail metric. DND means that in pursuit of this metric, a particular metric should not be affected. For example, let me create a doc because that would be a better writing. Cool. Feature success metric, and DND metric. DND means do not disturb or guardrail. Okay. So let's say we have built a feature of reference. Now in reference, whenever the referral is created, we should make sure that yes, the number of users should increase, right? This is a success metric. But the DND metric is cost to acquire a customer should not increase. This should be in check, right? Because people are coming from referral, we should pay maybe similar or less money for them. Similarly, if you are increasing, let's say you created some feature because of which you are having better ranks on the Play Store. Okay, let's say you improve the SEO of the product. SEO means that now your product is more available on the search engine, because of which number of downloads will increase. But the rating should not go down. So rating is the DND or guardrail metric. Similarly, on Airbnb, we introduce reviews and ratings. Okay. For reviews and ratings, we make sure we are doing this to make sure that trust measured by NPS is increasing. Okay, or the customer trust is increasing. But it should not be done that the conversion rates are down. Okay, so this is the feature, example features. These are the success metrics, and these are the metrics that should not be affected. Sometimes you can also put technical metrics there, which is the loading time should not decrease, the security should not decrease, these kind of things. A quick yes or no, everyone, if you're able to understand this now. Hmm. Yes. Now after this, let me go ahead and show you what a metric tree looks like. This is what a metric tree. So what we have done is WhatsApp was created to increase the daily active users. Every social media platform, every chat platform has one goal, which is daily active users. Okay. Eventually, the daily active users will increase the number of time spent the number of people that spend more time on the platform. And then eventually it will increase to ad revenue if any time Facebook or WhatsApp launches ads. Okay. Now you can divide this particular metric into two parts. People who are creating the status, people who are consuming the status. Now, people who are creating the status, they can also be doing two actions. People who are creating, number of people who are creating the status, and number of statuses that they are generating. And then new users who are doing this and old users who are doing this. Similarly, for status consumption, how many people are actually viewing the status tab where all the statuses come? Then how many people are engaging and how much time that they are spending? And then on the engagement, you can also go ahead and divide it into status views, replies, and reports. And maybe very recently, they have added reactions. Okay, so now you can go ahead and measure every metrics. Understand, when you communicate to the interviewer, this metric, and this metric, or maybe this metric is enough. But when they ask you to dig deeper, you can go ahead and show them the whole map. Okay, now there is one more concept. Something called as the leading metric and something called as the lagging metric. Leading metric means that these things are going to happen as soon as possible. For example, whenever the user is going to create a status, this metric is going to increase. Okay, and number of statuses are going to increase. But revenue will not increase as soon as possible. It will take a cycle of revenue in order to improve the revenue. Okay, so ad revenue is a lagging metric which takes some time. And this number of users creating the statuses is a leading metric. You will know it as soon as possible it is happening. This can be measured directly. This will take some time. So as a product manager, you need to make a connection. Otherwise, what you will do is you will just keep on waiting for the lagging metric and it would be too late to take an action. Right? A quick yes or no, everyone, if you're able to understand what is a metric tree. Yes. And guys, understand for multiple things, okay? For this is just one example that I'm showing you. Okay. This particular thinking methodology, this particular thinking methodology is called as issue trees, where you break down a problem into multiple parts or you break down a solution into multiple parts and you try to think visually. Okay, I will share a fantastic guide with you that will help you understand how to create these kind of issue trees. Okay, understand? Right now, I have already done the hard work and you are looking at this. Okay, so it might seem either very simple to you or it might seem either very difficult to you. But you have to understand how to do this. Okay, so I have created some list of resources for you. Just give me a moment. Yes, so this guide I will share with you at the end of the session, where you will be able to understand how to create these issue trees. Okay, and once you learn how to create these issue trees, most of the problem solving will become very, very easier for you. Okay, most of the problem solving will become very, very easier for you. Okay, understand problem solving is nothing but breaking down your problem, getting the clarity, breaking down into smaller parts, and making sure that yes, you are able to go ahead and solve the constituent parts of the same. After this, we have yes, yes. So these are the metrics kind of questions. Okay, I'll also share a few more examples with you in the notes so that you can go ahead and practice by yourself as well. Yes, just give me a moment. Hmm. Now let's talk about the third kind of questions, which is root cause analysis.